Welcome back to another episode of the Baseball Card Junkies podcast. I'm that guy, Mr. Enfuego, and to my right, you've got Mike from Ripping for Rookies.
How we doing, everyone?
How's it going? Let's see who we have in the chat. We got White Sox Tom, Canadian Card Breakers, and Mike DeFrancesco. How's it going, gentlemen? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
Thank you for popping in with us tonight.
Definitely. So at least the hard part of the day is over with.
What part was that?
That W word we all dread.
Well, my birthday is over. Yeah, but I still got one tomorrow.
Well, yeah, one day at a time, Mike. One day at a time.
That's all we got to do. What's up,
There
Corey?
What's up, Corey? How's it going?
Corey just popped in.
Real quick, shameless plug. With the playoffs coming up real soon, and if you're looking to get some tickets at a cheap price, make sure y'all get them at SeatGeek. Use my promo code Enfuego. They'll knock out $20 off that order. You can use that $20 towards a hot dog and a drink on me. Okay, so
or 60% of parking, whichever.
There you go. So we don't have much really to talk about in as far as topics, but what we do have, we are going to get into a little bit in depth with it. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is upcoming reviews. All right. So let me go ahead and pull up the screen real quick. And the first thing that's actually going to be coming up, the only thing is Topps 5-star. Okay. I know for a fact none of us would look to get into a break with this product due to the fact that one box only has like 9 cards. Or 5, I'm sorry. And the price is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
when you're looking at after taxes, on the average salary, 1 week's paycheck, yeah, not happening.
I mean, beautiful cards, do not get me wrong.
Right.
However, the price point is it's not as good as the looks. But here's the checklist. Okay, so I mean, pretty much you got a decent checklist. You got some active players, you got legends in here. Then you've got a new variety of inserts that are gonna be coming in. So I mean, really can't go wrong with it. But yeah, this would probably be something that I would get maybe once, and that's a big maybe, and just be a one and done. And if I can't get what I'm looking for, I'll just buy all singles off of eBay.
Exactly. What's up, Theo? How you doing?
And these are what the cards actually look like. I mean, they look great. Like this card right here, this Evan Carter, to me, it gives me a Stadium Club feel to it just based off the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this picture, we've seen this on a 2012 Topps flagship when him pretty much robbing a home run off of somebody. Okay. The patches, same deal. They come second to none. Not going to complain about them. Okay. As of right now, disregard this date right here. The latest date that I have received as far as release, we are looking at October 4th.
Wow.
And not that it matters or anybody cares, but as soon as the price point actually comes out, I'll be sure to make you all aware of it.
What are you thinking?
I'm definitely thinking minimum 400.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
So that's that. All right. So here's the next one. Reviews on Bowman Chrome. What you think, Mike?
I like it. Actually, the prices are starting to drop on that, which is kind of shocking. And it's not so much the prices on the hobby, it's the Breakers Delight, which is dropping. And I watched a couple of Strikers videos, and he went in the first time he opened up a Breakers Delight. There's only 3 cards.
Okay.
So it's $350 for 3 cards, but they're all autographs. Still, you're talking what, $115 an autograph on that. So I was kind of a little surprised about that there wasn't anything else in there, like some numbered cards or something like that, but it's only 3 cards. Now, when he was going through his break, he did 5 breaks that time, and it was like every third box had an additional autograph in there. So
Yeah.
you could get a box where you get 4 autographs in there. And if you hit one of the big so-called prospects, but they're all prospects, we don't know what they're going to do. It's all hype. It's this person said this and it went to that person, and then so on and spread throughout that, you know, these are the top players, these are the top people or prospects that you're looking for. A chance to get one of them, yeah, it would be pretty cool to get one of those, but still the price point, you know, $325. Now that box is down to last time I saw on, I can actually pull it up now on Waxstat, which is another one. I found this from Chasing Cardboard. They said Waxstat, and you can put on that you look at hobby boxes and stuff like that. You can basically scan the board. Actually, they just updated it. So I'm going to have to go back 1 week on that. So where is it? Now I can't find it. Of course, time for the podcast and we can't find it. So a mini box is going for $155. That's just one of the 2.
Right.
So that has gone up a little bit. Let's see if it changed over here. I'm just going to go to baseball and go back. Okay. Yeah. So the Bowman Chrome Hobby Box you can get now. Lowest price is $276. The HTA box is at $304, and they actually don't have the Breakers Delight on here.
And which distributor is this?
They can actually they'll actually show it. All right, so if they say the Awesome Card Shop is at $280, Rubik 7 is at $265. So there's a lot of different places you can purchase these cards from this app, which is pretty cool. And Steel City's down to $269, Blowouts down to $269, and David Adams is still at $289. So the prices are coming down on that. Maybe the prospect list is not as good as they thought it was, and maybe they're stuck with some inventory. And they're dropping the prices. But usually the big 3, like Steel City, Blowout, and David Adams, they're usually right around the same price. Right. David Adams is a little bit, they're $20 higher, but probably come Monday when they update their website, it'll probably be down around $270. So yeah, the price, actually, believe it or not, prices coming down on something is kind of strange. It really doesn't happen now because it seems like the distributors get X amount of boxes, and once one starts to jump it up, everybody else will. But in this case, one dropped it, so everybody else is dropping the price on it too.
Mm-hmm. So, like, as of right now, for this particular product, if I'm not mistaken, I think the chaser for this particular product is a prospect out of the Padres organization, Leonidas DeVries.
Mm-hmm.
That's you've got a couple of B-tier players, but everybody's looking for this guy.
Yeah, but it's Chrome product, and Chrome product is always nice. So if you're interested, yeah, the prices are going down. Yes. Still a little too pricey for me. Like I said, I'm not opening up anything from 2024 yet until at least 2025, maybe 2026.
Definitely. Now, some of the inserts that they just came out with, they're still rolling on with them. Like, for example, for Bowman Chrome, the retrofractor players for this particular product, you have autographed Sandy Koufax as one. You could get them in a base, or you could get with the auto, and the other would be the Iron Horse Lou Gehrig. Now, already there's a bounty out for Lou Gehrig's head for his superfractor. David Adams put out a bounty for $250,000, And I'm curious to know where they're getting all this money to put out these bounties the way they do.
I don't know. Will that card sell for $250,000?
If it's pulled, probably.
Okay, so then it costs them nothing.
Now, what really annoys me about when said card that has a bounty on it is pulled, obviously, I'm sure you know who If Sports Cards is. He does the top 10 pulls of the week, and he does a lot of comping off the cards that are actually pulled. Is it really legit to say that Lou Gehrig is actually worth $250,000?
Considering it's a ultra modern card, I would say no.
Yeah,
I would have to go with no.
now if it was an autograph, that'd be a different argument.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Sandy Koufax. Great pitcher, just different era. We're talking about somebody who actually played with the likes of Babe Ruth. You know, he was the first to do the Iron Man challenge, 2,000 plus consecutive games.
Correct.
You know, career got cut short because of ALS. So if that would have never been a factor, Lord knows how many games he would have played.
Who knows?
Yeah. But I did want to show everybody. So I follow a particular guy where all he does for a living on Twitter, well, X, is print runs for upcoming products and compare them to the years previous. So
Hey, Titus,
take a look at this. Comparing 23 and 24 Chrome, in 23, there were 8.41 million base printed for that product. And inserts were 5.78.
Okay.
Look where we at for this year.
Wow. Okay, so it's gone up. What is that? 10. Wow, almost 20%.
Yeah.
20% on the base.
I was going to do the breakdown, but we'll be here all night.
This is the one thing that I saw about Bowman, which I didn't like, and I think Stryker said the same thing. There's this one insert that's in there, and it's coming out like there's two of them in every mini box.
You talking about the reptilian?
No, not the reptilian. It's just a regular insert of two players on the card from basically the same country, and they show a little background design in there. I forget the name of it, but if you're going to get two of them in every mini box, so that's 4 in every hobby box, that's taking away 4 possible base cards. That could be one of the good rookie cards. So I actually thought the inserts would have been a little bit higher this year than last year, seeing the amount of inserts that were being pulled out.
Right. I mean,
1 in 3. It's 1 in 3 packs. Yeah. So yeah, and there's what, 6 packs per box, per mini box. So yeah. So that's going to be a little bit, a little bit of a downfall.
So yep. So 5 cards per pack in a hobby, 3 in a HTA. 12 packs in a hobby, which is the 2 mini boxes, and then you got I'm assuming this is the Breakers Delight. And I mean, 2 autographs in a hobby, 3 in a Breakers.
The Breaker, but that's all you get is 3 cards. That's it in the Breakers.
And this is another thing. They got an abundance of parallels.
Yeah.
And that was another thing too. And I know
that's not even all of the parallels.
No, it's not.
Times them all by 3. There's like 3 green parallels, 3 yellows, 3 golds, 3 orange.
And the one product that comes out to mind that is infamous for that, Platinum Anniversary.
Right. But I'll take it.
You got your True Gold, you got your Gold Wave, you got your Gold Twal, your Gold Speckled.
I still have the list from the break that I did, so I knew what was what.
I mean, it's crazy.
You know what? It is crazy. And I always, when everybody was saying that we're getting back into a junk wax era, I said the one thing that's going to save save this product is the amount of numbered parallels. Well, now they're even increasing the amount of parallels that you get into it. So are we going into a junk wax parallel era? You know, which ones are going to be are the ones that are only going to be worth money, are the ones that are under 50 and less? Or is it going to be your hot rookies at 99 or less? What are the rest of going? I mean, you're going to see the prices starting to go down. It's going to be like grading a card. Okay, so say a gold card is, you know, a PSA 10. Anything from gold and up, number 50 and higher. And then anything from 50 to 99 is a 9. Anything from 99 to 250 is an 8. You know, what is it?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. But whoever pulls that Lou Gehrig Superfractor, good luck.
Yeah. Xavier says, is there even any pros to a junk wax 2.0 era? No.
Well, it depends.
If you get the card.
If you get the card for one, and two, you know, what do you consider yourself when you participate in the hobby? Are you an investor or are you a true collector? Because if you're an investor, you could get 3, 4, 5, 6 different copies of the same card, make a killing.
Yeah. If you're an investor, good luck. If you're a collector, I'm right there with you.
You know, I mean, now the only parallels that I really think hold true to their names are the ones that are actually numbered. You know, because anything more than something out of 99, okay, which one is it?
Yeah.
You know, so that's just our perspective on Bowman Chrome. I could only imagine what they're going to do when Bowman Draft drops.
Don't know.
Now, we had a football player be the chaser last year's Bowman Draft. Are we going to have
whatever
Wayne
happened
Gretzky
with
on
that?
this one?
Whatever happened with that Tom Brady?
The chaser card has yet to be pulled.
Are you serious? It's still out there?
I mean, if you think about it, look how long it took for the MLB debut patch of Anthony Volpe to be pulled.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I mean,
it could be sitting on a shelf in somebody's LCS or a shelf at David Adams or one of the other big distributors. You never know.
Yep. So it's more parallels, the better for a player-specific collector. Yeah, well,
yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's cool that he has all those parallels. No, because how many parallels do you actually have to buy now?
Yeah.
You know, if you want that. I mean, a rainbow used to be how many cards did a rainbow used to be? 6, 7 at the most. Now, how many is it with all the other numbered parallels? I mean, you're going parallels, 27 different, you know, numbered parallels. You know, because you got the orange, you got the orange wave, you got the orange sparkle,
platinum anniversary. I mean, I did. Adrian did the PSA reveal when she showed my Alex Rodriguez from Platinum Anniversary. That took up 3/4 of her video.
Yeah.
Magnus says Bowman Draft is a flipper's product. Who gives a flip about it for collecting? It's a bunch of dudes in diapers selling for thousands of dollars. Well, Brady wasn't in diapers.
Well, in that card he was.
Oh, yeah, he did have a Bowman first on it.
Yeah, well, Bowman, I'll still collect my team set for the Bowman, no matter who's in it. I'll still get the team set. And apparently, there's one Philly prospect that's rated pretty high, still in the rookie league. He's like the number 2 pull in Bowman, but I am not going to go chasing him. No way. If I get his base card, fine. If I get his first, fine. I'm happy. I'm not going to go start chasing parallels out of somebody who hasn't proven themselves.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know I kind of screwed it up last Saturday and I corrected myself, but today happens to be Topps Rips night. Okay. And pretty much any LCS that, if you go back to the last episode that we did, I did drop the link to the Topps Rip Night site where if you put in your zip code, it'll let you know what LCSs in your immediate area are actually participating into it. But basically, in a nutshell, if your LCS has a Tops account, they are participating.
And none of mine do, except for that one lonesome jewelry store that's open up 3 days a week. And I don't know how they have a Tops account, because they must not be affiliated with Fanatics, because you have to have a certain amount of days open, certain amount of hours open, and all that other stuff.
But they do have a couple of decent names as far as athletes and celebrities that are randomly going to, I'm not even going to say LCSs, I'm just going to say the influencer LCSs, if you will. Like, obviously they're going to be in Cards HQ. I wouldn't be surprised if some are on the West Coast over in Burbank Sports Cards, you know, and some of the names that came to mind, they got Tom Brady, they got Kevin Hart, Dr. J was actually a part of it.
Nice.
And there's quite a few of them, and basically all they're really doing in all these LCSs, because I've actually called mine today, and basically they're just incorporating a lot of the small events that you would normally find, like your trade nights, in-house breaks, pizza parties, or whatever, and they're doing it into one. And they would actually add more perks for customers, primarily the kids, you know, where they'll actually have an opportunity to either get pictures, get autographs, or even trade with whatever celebrity happens to be in that LCS.
Cool.
You know, so that's pretty awesome. And then this is a pretty obvious thing too. Not too long ago, I believe it was a week and a half ago, Shohei Ohtani signed a long-term contract with Fanatics as far as autographs and any type of memorabilia. So does that help the hobby or does that hurt the hobby?
Is there anybody else other than Fanatics? I mean, you won't see Ohtani on, well, first of all, Fanatics has all of the MLB Players Association. So what does that really mean? I mean, he's not going to be signing for Leaf. He's not going to be signing for Panini. Who else would he sign for?
So that is one aspect of how a contract kind of hurts the hobby. Another one would be oversaturation of those autographs. You know, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players from way back when, even till this day, that really don't even sign. You know, even during their playing days.
Yeah, it seems that like when they retire, I know like during their playing days, like Carlton wouldn't sign, Schmidt wouldn't sign, but now you're starting to see more Carlton, you're starting to see more Schmidt autographs coming out, maybe because they need the money or whatever. I don't know. But you're starting to see that with the, you know, Topps product that's coming out.
Perfect example, Larkin. Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
When's the last time he put his ink on a card?
Yeah.
Mookie Betts. I don't know. I don't recall ever seeing an autograph of Mookie.
Oh my God, that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and again, it goes back to what type of, how do you participate in the hobby? If you're a flipper, autographs is a flipper's dream, especially one-on-one autographs. Okay, but for collectors, yeah, you happen to be a part of a prestigious group, you know, very small group that actually has that particular card or parallel with that autograph. But I mean, who's to say they come up with a parallel line numbered out of 499 with 499 autographs? You know, I mean, it, they just I don't know. I think the whole autograph contract thing, it does more harm than good. Okay, Mookie is in Leaf this year for autos.
There you go.
So I mean, yeah. So they did not specify in detail what numerically what does the longevity contract entail and for how much, and more than likely we're not gonna know. But when they mention long term, it's going to be for a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's up until his contract with the Dodgers is done.
Would you say 10 years?
Oh, definitely. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking 5 minimum, 10 more than likely.
Because, I mean, look at Trout.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, granted, yeah, his card value has tanked, but he's already got a solid resume.
Yeah, he does. He does. There's no doubt about it.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see too many people like Anthony Volpe. Hell, other names too, like Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he signs, but he doesn't sign as frequent as your Trouts, your Otanis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, and I kind of appreciate that because, you know, with his lack of frequent signing, it just makes it that more valuable.
Yeah, that's true. You can oversaturate a market with autographs.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly signing the, you know, they send you a sheet of, you know, 2,000, you know, that you just sign and they just attach it to the card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, it's going to happen. So, my question is, you know, they get the on-card signatures. I just want to know how they go about doing that. I really do.
You talking about the on-card?
Yeah.
A Topps rep would actually come with, whether, I don't know what type of carrying they do, but they come with probably 10 or 15 suitcases or something with those cards, or they coordinate for the player to meet that brand at a specific location, so that way they don't run the risk in possibly damaging the card.
Yeah, it's just amazing how they can get on-card autos in time for a release. So how early are these cards printed? Are they already printing Series 1 for next year?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Is the design already out? It could be.
Now, what I find amusing is the system that is in place during a signing session. So from what I've seen, it's a 3 to 4 man operation.
Wow.
Man one pulls the card out of whatever storage it's in. Another one, he hands it to man number 2. Man number 2 gives it to the athlete. Athlete signs, scoots it to the side, and man 4 puts it nicely and carefully in a nice little stack somewhere.
Wow.
And they just keep doing that. And it's like the player, he's just signing, running his mouth to the guy. Yeah, how was your day? You know, I went to the club last night and doing this, that, and it's amazing.
So you can see how autographs go from, if you're only signing 25, you're going to put a little detail into it, to when you have to sign 2,500 when it starts to come down to just initials and a little scribble.
And I think that's a reason why we see a lot of players where they just sign with initials or hieroglyphics.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of your younger players, your
like,
older veterans.
Curry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
I mean,
enough said. He probably made more by signing autographs than he did in his actual playing career.
Touche.
Yeah.
That I would agree with.
Yeah.
And Tom says most Trout autos are numbered to 25 or less. That is true. And it all depends on the player too. I mean, if you got a top tier player for that respective team or whatnot, yeah, they tried not to overwhelm those players with, hey, I've got 500 cards that you're gonna need to sign. But one thing that I do take into consideration, you know, they may give him 3 or 4 parallels that are numbered to, 99 or 50 or 5. So he's still signing a metric boatload.
Mm-hmm.
But for that particular parallel, that's a different story. And then the dual autos and triple autos is another one that I'm curious about.
That's got to be a process. That
Mm-hmm.
definitely has to be a process.
So, but yeah, so that's basically all the nitty gritty on that. The meat and potatoes of today's podcast is now me and Mike decided that we were gonna do a breakdown of all 30 teams and what players are considered or deemed the face of the franchise, and if they was to be put out of commission for either 10 days, 30 days, 60 days, or even the remainder of the season or whatever, who would be next in line to pick up that team and carry them on their shoulders?
And of course, we came up with this idea, and then Fuego went in one direction, and I went in another direction with it. So
yeah,
we're gonna get
Mike went the I'm not gonna say logical, but he took a more direct approach.
Yes, I would say direct.
So, like, for example, Mike's ended up taking the National League. I've got the American League. So in this case, we're going to start with the AL East. And obviously, when we think of the Yankees, face of the franchise would be none other than Aaron Judge. Okay. And to prove my point, even though I'm sure I don't have to, just look at his numbers for 2024. Almost a 10 WAR, 52 home runs, 321 batting average. And he's the front runner for MVP this year. Okay. Now, in the event somehow Judge gets taken out, ingrown toenail, athlete's feet, something. The next one that came to mind would be Juan Soto. Okay. 7.4 WAR, 39 home runs, which happens to be a career high for him. 287 batting average, 177 OPS plus with a 991 OPS.
And it's a shame he's in the American League, because in the National League with those numbers, he would be putting up just about the same exact WAR as Shohei.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I would say Soto would be the number 2, not just his performance, but if you look at his resume also. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's a World Series champion. He's got a batting title. He's a home run derby champ, 4-time Silver Slugger. Okay, and if you go back to Judge, MVP, Rookie of the Year, Derby champ, 6-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, Player of the Year, and he's got the Roberto Clemente Award. Now, I even went a little further. Let's just say worst case scenario, Soto and Judge are taken out of the equation. Next one that comes to mind, Stanton. And I say Stanton because, I mean, one, this kid he signed a long-term deal based off his performance with the Miami Marlins. I don't know what Jeter was smoking that day, the day he said, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of him. But he's been out for a little bit, so he's under 1 in WAR. He's got 25 home runs, 232 batting average, 765 OPS. Okay. And I mean, right now, he is leading the pack in the chase for the 500 home run club on the active side of the game. I think he's like at 432, if I'm not mistaken. No, 427. So, I mean, he's doing, when he's healthy, he produces.
Mm-hmm.
When he's banged up, not so much. Okay. And that's my thoughts as far as the Yankees are concerned. And Larkin writes, StatCast ran the numbers. If Judge played in Kauffman Stadium instead of tiny Yankee Stadium, he would only have 36 home runs.
I saw that. I was waiting for you to pull that up.
That's possible. You know what? That's an awesome fantasy there, Larkin, but let's talk reality.
Now, are you just talking all of Judge's home runs in Yankee Stadium, or just throughout all the major leagues?
Wherever. Because, I mean, I could see Judge is a right-handed hitter. If Yankee Stadium was that beneficial for him, he would be better off as a left-handed hitter because right field is only 314.
Yeah.
And then with Soto, you would expect for him to have more home runs than what he has now. Being a left-handed
absolutely.
hitter. I mean,
absolutely.
Honestly, the stadium that a player plays in does play a factor, but not that significant to where it would fluctuate their numbers drastically.
But it helps.
It does help.
It helps. Yeah.
You know, I will say this though, if we still had Polo Grounds, I don't think anybody would pass 20 home runs.
No. Not with those walls out there.
No. So that's my Yankees. Now, as far as the next team, and through each division, I just picked the top two teams. For the Orioles, I think the face of the franchise would be Adley Rutschman. Okay, and if you feel that that you would put somebody else as the face of the franchise for that particular team, feel free to drop it in the comments below. We can discuss it. You know, I mean, I'm just going off of statistics, and I know statistics is really not a definitive thing because you could have a player that has an off season one year and then he's on fire the next.
There's the drop I was waiting for. There's Larkin with Gunner for sure.
Okay. And that leads to my next point. But with Adley, we're looking at for this season, this year, 3.2 WAR, 253 batting average, 18 home runs, 717 OPS for a catcher and a DH.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a DH, I think the numbers could be a little bit better.
Do they have splits on how many games he's played DH and how many games he's actually caught? It should be down a little bit further. Split, yeah, there you go. Splits 2024.
Okay, so
no, it's just days.
Yeah, platoon splits, home or away. Okay, so let's do this. At home, he's more productive.
Same amount of games played, pretty much.
Actually, no. This is a toss-up because he's got more home runs at home, but his batting average is higher away.
Interesting.
His slugging is higher away than it is at home.
Everything's higher.
So it seems like he's more productive at away games.
Huh.
10 doubles at away, 1 triple. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those weird ones.
Don't worry, Mike. We'll get to Lindor. I got the National League.
But yeah, so if Adley was to be taken out of the equation there, Larkin, I would agree with you. It would be Gunner. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year. I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's at 8.4 WAR, 36 home runs, batting 281 with a 903 OPS.
Another one, if he was in the National League, would be...
He'd be a monster.
Yeah, he would be the MVP. He's actually one 1 full point ahead of Ohtani, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So, but now I reached a little bit different. Now, for everybody in the chat, please don't roast me. I just figured it'd be a little interesting to see. One thing I did factor in when it comes to faces of the franchise, okay, I to a certain degree, I do throw experience and longevity in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, we had Gunnar and Adley, who are relatively new to the game. Okay, they're less than 10 years, or we'll even say 8. So the next one I went with, as far as picking up the team and carrying them on his shoulders, Eloy Jimenez. Okay. His current stats are atrocious. He's a negative 0.6 WAR, 6 home runs, 241 average. Okay. But for his career,
I just saw Chuck.
I was waiting for Chuck to say something.
I was waiting for worse than that.
I would think what I'm talking about, Magnus, is who would be the guy that
anyone would recognize,
that everyone would recognize and would expect for this person to somewhat carry the team through the season. Okay, I mean, yeah, his 24 season doesn't support my argument, let alone his career stats. He's only got a 5 WAR. I mean, he's been playing since what?
18?
19.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his first year was his only first year, and 23 were the only 2 years where he
was relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, his rookie season, he came in 4th for Rookie of the Year. So, I mean,
we throw 2020 out because that really didn't exist.
But, I mean, again, realistically, though, Eloy Jimenez does have the experience compared to your Gunners, your Adleys, and every other new guy that's actually on. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Eloy happens to be the oldest on the team, or close to it.
At 27, he possibly could be.
You know, I mean, if there is somebody that's older, they probably haven't been in the league as long as Eloy, though.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I'm coming up with.
They've got a very young team there.
Chuck, be nice.
It's true. He does. He gets nosebleeds every time he blows his nose.
Yeah. All right. So the next, and then I'm not even going to go into it with Jackson. Apparently, he's the new face of the Orioles.
I think I think when it's all said and done, next year it's going to be Gunnar. I mean, he come up Rookie of the Year, and then you put up those kind of numbers your sophomore year. You don't go through a sophomore slump. You go into an MVP caliber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, because I've noticed a lot of people who won Rookie of the Year,
they slide. Most players slide in their sophomore year.
The first one that comes to mind, Kyle Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
That kid was something special during his rookie season.
All right. So what do you think about Jordan Westberg on that team? Do you have his stats? I know that he's out. He's been out for the past month, and he's coming back. I think he was supposed to come back this week.
Okay, so right now for this season, he's got a 2.6 WAR, 18 home runs, batting .269 with an 815 OPS.
All right.
Respectable.
Right. Respect, but on a team with that many young great players, he's really kind of an afterthought, but a very useful cog in that team.
Right. Because, I mean, if you look at the old crew of the Orioles, they had Manny Machado, Adam Jones, Chris Davis, Crush Davis.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they totally blew up that team, and I don't know who their scouts are, but they know how to
blame
scout.
Showalter.
Yeah.
So the next team that I went through was the Guardians. Okay. First name that comes to mind is J-Ram. By far, in my opinion, the most underrated player in the league today.
Agreed.
Okay. His season this year, 5.4 WAR, 34 home runs, batting 270, 838 OPS. But now look at his career. 51 WAR, 250 home runs, batting lifetime 278. 6-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger.
Yeah,
I would give him a 5-time Silver Slugger when he knocked the hell out of Tim Anderson out.
He's consistent every year. That's what you're going to get from J-Ram every year.
I could have, but I went with Eloy because I knew I'd get a rise out of you, Chuck. So if J-Ram has been with the Guardians since 13.
Yeah, it's 11 years.
What I find interesting, especially with the Guardians, is everybody is looking at this guy as, you know, the Trojan horse of the team. 3.5 WAR, 13 home runs, 291 batting average with a 783 OPS. He's been hot as of recent, but I mean, his breakout season was not there. And I'm 6 home runs, batting average 290. Okay, so he's an excellent contact hitter. 298, 268, 291.
Look at the walks and strikeouts. That's pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
For all 3 years.
He came in third for Rookie of the Year consideration. And he won a Golden Glove. Then he won one in 23. First time as an All-Star this season. So, I mean, it seems like this kid has been in the league 2 weeks and he's getting more recognition than the likes of a Jose Ramirez, where granted his accolades, his resume doesn't really speak in his favor. But I mean, if you look at it.
Yeah, and Nicky said that he was leading the league in batting average, and then he went on a huge slide.
Yeah.
At the end of July. Yeah, right after the All-Star game, he tailed off.
Okay, yeah, Andres Jimenez would be a good name. But yeah, it's like a lot of these younger kids are getting more of the spotlight and more respect for their contributions for the team as a whole. But then you got the likes of Jose Ramirez, where I believe he's had a very productive career, but he doesn't get the love that he deserves.
Yep, I'd take him on my team any day.
So, I mean, and anybody who could throw a right hook like he can, yeah, that's my first pick. So the next team that I went with would be the Royals, and my first pick is Salvi.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Been in the league since 11. He's got a 3 WAR, 27 home runs, batting 279 with an 820 OPS. As a catcher, granted, yes, they got his secondary position as first baseman, but primarily you see him behind the plate. Okay. He's a 9-time All-Star, won a World Series. Last time the Royals won a World Series was with in the 70s.
What, the Royals?
Yeah, before
No,
2015.
They won in the 80s,
in the 80s. Okay,
didn't they?
and I forgot who the hell it was. Brett somebody. I forgot who the hell.
And they went up against the Mets in the late 20 teens.
He's a 5-time Gold Glove, 4-time Silver Slugger, and a World Series MVP.
Oh, here we go. It's starting to come in. 85 was the last
85.
time.
There we go.
2015.
I was talking about before 2015, Larkin.
Yeah, they beat the Mets in 2015.
Now,
nobody remembers it though.
Now, if Salvi was to be taken out of the equation, I would have to go with Bobby.
I'd have to go with Bobby first.
Okay.
I know.
For this season, Bobby's batting, he has a 9 WAR, 30 home runs, batting .332, 976 OPS, and is in the race for MVP. And his resume only shows that he's a 1-time All-Star. Now, look at his numbers for the last 3 years. 20 home runs, 30 home runs, 30 home runs. Okay, got that. That's nice and all. 254, 276, 332.
Can you match them up against Gunnar was a rookie last year.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put 2023 and 2024 Gunnar and Bobby?
Oh, let's see.
In the stat head, there we go. And just do the last 2 years, 23 and 24, because Bobby's number is going to be escalated because he's got one more year. I don't think we're going to get to the National League tonight. Let's just keep going with the American League. We'll do the National next week.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All right. So for Bobby, what season we're going with?
We're going. Bobby is go to 23-24.
Okay, so his whole career. And then Gunnar, what, 23?
23-24 also on Gunnar. The last 2 seasons on both of them. So yeah, Bobby, go back to 2023. Yeah, we're just going to do the last 2 years because that's the only years that Gunnar was in there. And take a look at these stats. It's probably going to be very, very comparable.
Very one-sided.
Wow. Okay. I wouldn't say very one-sided. I would say I'd be happy with either of them on my team. No doubt about it.
Actually, just looking at this, I would actually have to go with Bobby.
I would probably go with Bobby.
I mean, granted, this WAR is a new thing according to StatCast. Okay, if we went traditional, home runs, batting average, and RBIs, it's Bobby all day, and stolen bases, because right now Bobby is deemed the fastest player in the league.
Oh yeah, and they don't show triples and doubles and stuff like that. We need a little bit more in depth on that, which would be. Oh wait, no, there we go.
Here we go. Gunnar has 16.
I'm
Bobby
surprised
has 22.
Gunnar has that many. I'm really surprised he has that many. Okay, I thought Bobby would be way ahead in that. Bobby's ahead in doubles, slugging percentage. Yeah,
now, Bobby has been caught more stealing. He's been caught 27 times.
Yeah.
Compared to 6.
A lot more.
Gunnar has walked more. Gunnar's also struck out more.
He's also walked more. Yeah, walked more, struck out more. Interesting.
And it only separates 12 games.
Could these be the next 2 faces of baseball?
Are you talking about compared to a Trout Harper type deal?
Yeah, why not? You can throw Julio in there too.
I wouldn't really throw Julio in there, but we all know back in 12, Everybody
I'm
was
not
always
saying
comparing Harper and Trout.
I'm not saying on that level, but as far as the faces of MLB,
Well,
could they be the next two?
We're gonna go 23 to current.
No, go back up. Go back up. You got 23 to 22. Julio, down the bottom. You got 22, 23, 24. Yeah, Julio's not going to compare because he's been, well, at 23 might change it. No, it didn't.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
But now, if we went all seasons, oh, that's interesting. Bobby got more numbers traditionally, but Julio won Rookie of the Year.
Huh.
And
well, that's what? That's just for what, 3 years? That's the last 3 years.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's who I went with for the Royals. Did I have anybody else for them? Yeah, I'm not going to go through those other three because I'll probably get laughed off the damn live stream. All right. Next team that I went with happens to be the Astros. Okay. And then face, in my opinion, definitely Jose Altuve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right now, this season, he's got a 3.5 WAR, 19 home runs, batting over 300, 805 OPS. And he's got a pretty decent resume, minus the World Series and minus the MVP.
And the buzzer.
Yeah. Just my opinion.
If you want to go there.
In all seriousness, though, I mean, it's like,
yeah, look at 2014 and 2017.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I mean, look, he led the league in hits for 4 consecutive years.
Yeah.
He's led in batting average 3 of the 4 years. And these are the years where he was an all-star. He came in 13th in MVP voting. He won a Silver Slugger. So, I mean...
Yeah. Can you go back up? What's his overall WAR for his career?
52.8.
52.8. Okay. Now Lawkins says something about WAR being a useless tool or something like that. Lawkins, if you could take a minute or so and just expand that in the chat, I'd like to see where you're coming from on that. Because I think it has its good points, and I also think it has its bad points.
Okay, but going back to the Royals, though, Magnus says that Perez is an icon, which I agree. Lifelong Royal, won a World Series. And he had 10 times as many accomplishments as Witt. Witt is second, but not even close for first. I agree.
Okay, Lawkin, that's exactly what I was thinking. They still have no idea how to factor in defense correctly. Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
And there goes our buddy Dom.
Always Dom.
You know what, Dom? I would have to disagree as far as a Hall of Fame consideration, because they're going to hold 2017 over his head as long as they can.
He'll still be on the ballot. He'll still get votes. And I think
he might be a Gary Sheffield 2.0. He's got the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that also, because I'm finding pitchers with very high WARs, and it's just like, why is that so much higher than a positional player that plays every day? Yeah, when a pitcher only pitches, every fifth start.
And Altuve has been playing since 2011. So now let's take Altuve out of the equation and go with Air Jordan. He's been playing since 19. Yep, 19. This season, he's got a 5.1 WAR, 33 home runs, batting .310.
He's still only 27.
His slow ass got 6 stolen bases, surprisingly.
Well, he's got 6 this year in his career. He has 8.
Yes. He won Rookie of the Year. He's a 3-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, went to the 22 World Series, and he's an ALCS MVP.
I'm glad you didn't say went to the 22 World Series and won. Thank you.
And on top of that, he doesn't have that black cloud of 2017 hanging over his head.
True.
So this would be a definite second to carry the team aside from Altuve.
And the kid can hit too. Career batting average 299 with power.
So, I mean, and then there's other players that I can throw in this mix. Like some of them would be Alex Bregman. Now, if we want to go the longevity route, we could do Jason Hayward. And he's only had one good season, kind of because of the World Series. Jeremy Pena. Series.
I would go with Bregman and then kind of end it there.
I mean, because if you look at
Tucker, Tucker. That's right, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, look at Jason Hayward for his career. Over 41, 1,500 hits, 256 lifetime, 181 home runs. And he's been playing since 2010.
Ever. It seems like he's been playing longer than that.
So, I mean,
yeah, we're just going batters. We're kind of keeping pitchers out of the equation.
Yeah, because pitchers is a completely different dynamics as far as breaking down who would be the best.
Yeah,
who would carry the team?
So many different variables with pitchers. We just decided to go with your starting lineup, starting position players on this.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of teams that I went through in the National League that the pitchers were the highest WAR. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing that I was thinking about. It's like, how can you compare pitcher's WAR to a fielder's WAR? And that's why I asked Locke that question a few minutes ago. I said, what is the difference? And he said, because there's no good way to judge between batting and pitching. I said, exactly. That's why we decided to only go with the position players.
We went that route because I actually did it with the Yankees, for example. And what the hell's their damn WAR stat? Team player. No, don't care about that. Okay, right here. If you look at it, you got Judge, Soto, and then Luis Gil with the third highest WAR for the team.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How does that equate to Soto and Judge and Volpe?
What does that say about Gil compared to Judge and Soto?
Yeah.
And then out of all people, Luis Gil, I would expect at least Garrett Cole to be in this. And look where he's at. He's got a 1.7.
Very good. Well, he's coming off an injury. Yeah.
So it's just, whatever math they got to do, they need to get it together.
Stealing money on that team, Marcus Stroman.
Jeez. And they just threw him in the bullpen effective today.
Yeah. So what they do with Taiwan Walker for the Phillies.
And look, DJ LeMahieu,
Oh, boy.
-1.7. And rumor has it he's going to be on the chopping block for DFA just so they could bring up Jason Dominguez,
Well, there you go.
which would be smart.
Yeah.
All right, so the last team that I wanted to go over is those Seattle Mariners. Oh, here's a fun fact. Do not be surprised if 2025 you see Ichiro as the Mariners' new manager. That's the talk of the town right now.
I don't know if I would put. I don't know if I would put in as hitting coach because his hitting style was completely different.
No, not hitting coach. Overall manager.
Overall manager.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we're not doing the White Sox locking.
Because I actually put that in the Discord this morning. And let me see if I can get it over here real quick in case you missed it. Mariners expected to hire Ichiro as manager per the MLB. So that would be interesting to see.
No, we didn't do the Phillies. We're going to do American and National League, but this is going on way too long, so we'll do National League.
We'll do National League next week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. And then I just came up with 2 more ideas in my head. So
okay. So for the Mariners, face of the franchise, and I'm kind of debating on this one, despite who's on the team. I've got Julio carrying the team. Okay. 3.4 WAR, despite he had a crappy season this year. 15 home runs, 263 with a 702 batting OPS. Rookie of the year, 2-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger. Now, the person who I would think would carry is this guy right here.
Yeah.
4 WAR, 30 home runs. I'm going to look past the batting average because I don't think you factor batting average into hitting for power as much as you would for contact. Another one, slow as hell. He's got six stolen bags, but with a career of 7. And he's got 732 for an OPS. And he really hasn't done anything. But Cal Raleigh has been on a tear this season. And just to give a little perspective,
I see his stats over his career. Last 3 years up against it. He's kind of like got Schwarber numbers.
Uh-huh.
Low batting average, home runs, strikeouts high, walks low. It's like kind of identical.
Yeah. So that is who I have as your face of the franchise and individuals who I believe are not getting the credit that they rightfully deserve. And that topic would more than likely be applied to the Cleveland organization.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, we can do. I didn't think it was going to go this long, but it has. We can do the National League next week. I basically have 9 teams, so it's going to be a week later. So I'm not updating the numbers. These are the numbers that I got from Friday.
Yeah.
As far as WAR and stuff like that. Basically, I did mine a little bit different. I went with the top 5 players on the team in WAR, excluding pitchers, who is the face of the franchise and who should be the face of the franchise. And I broke down all 5 players, and I was going through it with Infuego, and he was kind of shocked at some of the numbers that came in. So that's why I did it with WAR, with just position players, because you really can't throw pitchers in there like the Phillies. Out of the top 7 players, 5 of them were position players, and 2 of them were pitchers. And one pitcher, Wheeler, was #1 in WAR. But how can you compare that to somebody that plays, one game every 5 days and somebody that's out there every game? Right. So yeah, WAR it's a nice tool, but it's not the overall get all. But we'll do national. I'll do the National League next week. So that'll be something to look forward to. Now that, this is the time of the year when everything was releasing. We were getting all kinds of stuff out. Allen and Ginter, where is it? Should have been out in August. Not here. We would have Topps Fire. We would have Gallery.
Gypsy Queen.
There would be all this Panini product coming out. Mosaic would have been out. What else would be coming? Optic would be coming up. We'd be looking at this release schedule for September, October, and we would be overwhelmed with the amount of cards that are coming out. So with the way things are going, we're just coming up with different ideas. And I got an idea for another podcast. Who's stealing money on the teams? That would be a good one. Yeah. Write that one down. I'll do National League. You do American League. Who's stealing money? No, they got rid of it. Yeah. Where is Allen and Ginter? I would like to know the same thing, Peter. There's been nothing about it. It's usually a late summer release. It's usually out in August, and nothing has been said about it. Yeah, instead we get another expensive set like 5-star. What's up, Adam? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because I like Allen and Ginter. I think everybody kind of likes it. It's a little quirky. It's not for everybody, but when you do a break, it's pretty cool because you put the mini cards in there and the regular non-player cards in there and give them out as a spot also. Update. Yeah, updates out usually before the season is over. No, wait a minute. No, update usually comes out end of October.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's right as the World Series is ending. Somewhere around there, we'll start to see update.
I'm trying to see if they have anything on Gypsy Allen and Ginter.
There's nothing. In Fuego, there is absolutely nothing out there about it. I hope it doesn't go away because it's like one of those little subsets I like Gypsy Queen and Gallery and Fire. They take Allen and Ginter away. It's like, jeez. Because Allen and Ginter, at least you get 3 hits in there. They may not be, you may get an autograph, but you're definitely going to get 2 relics. You could get an autograph relic, or you could get, a non-player autograph. You could get like Alice Cooper autograph or something like that, which would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no baseball at all showing up. Yeah, we had Pro Debut, we had Bowman Chrome, and then we're going to get our higher-end box sets or higher-end items, which I'm not into.
I'm looking to see.
You got rip cards. Yeah, there's so much with Allen and Ginter. It's a really cool set. That is Archives coming out. Is that going to be in question this year? Are we going to see that? I hope they do.
So there's a whole bunch of products that should have been out by now, but
yeah,
who knows?
All right, Top said late October for Allen and Ginter on an Instagram post, but it's not set in stone on a date. Yeah. Okay. Give us something. I mean, I just don't want this. Okay. Well, for your low end collectors, you're going to get Big League, you're going to get Flagship, and you're going to get Chrome, and boom, that's it. I like the variety of sets.
That's a good question, Pete.
Gilded? Yeah.
Yeah, Topps Gilded.
Yeah. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. We're not running Topps, and we're definitely not running Fanatics.
No.
Because the one thing that like really, like when they said that we're not going to bring back Fire was, how can you not bring a set back that you advertised, that you sold, that you oversold, and you ran out of product? How can you not bring that back? So you see, there's a demand there. There's a demand for that product. put it out.
I think now what Fanatics is doing is they're developing and scheduling products to appease breakers.
Yes, they are. The big end breakers, the break houses and stuff like that. You know, I'm concerned about, you know, some of the, I don't know, Stryker seems to still be doing it because he's got a good little niche where he's going after a variety of products and stuff like that, and he's not blowing everybody out of the water. But if you asked him, would he like to have these products in there? Absolutely, he would.
Yeah.
Because then he could get more product out to people and mix up the breaks and stuff like that. I wonder if he's worried about stuff going stale, like doing the same things over and over and over and over again.
Brought this hype thing like the sneaker game that I'm not sure I really like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Fanatics, in my opinion, they're trying to do too much and it's overwhelming. You know, what does the music culture have to do with the hobby?
Nothing.
You know, how many little Timmies know who the hell is Steve Aoki?
Mm-hmm.
So just keep it simple, because if y'all, maybe in their minds, this is their definition of 10x in the hobby from a price point.
Oh, from a price point, they are actually 10xing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as the collector, the purist, it's not a hobby. It's very difficult for me to stay in this. You know, I'm going back to, I just put a bid out on a 1950s Phillies Bowman complete set.
Mm-hmm.
I lost the bid, but you know, that's what I'm looking at. I'm going back to the past.
It's I don't know. It's even hard to find retail stuff nowadays.
I would not buy retail.
And when
nowadays.
you do find it, the price point just steers you the other direction.
Yeah. The only retail product I would buy is Topps Chrome Platinum. And I'm telling you, next year, I'm thinking that's probably the investment to make. Yeah. It's, you know, because that stuff is, I think the blasters are better than the hobby, for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
They're a hell of a lot better. I mean, I don't
seen that with I know it was last year, but we seen that when Huddle pulled a Jeter auto out of 50 from a blaster.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Magnus Platinum Anniversary is fantastic. If they kept all the products like that, we wouldn't be having conversations like this anymore. No. But that seems to be the only product. Now, here's the thing with Platinum Anniversary. Are they going to switch it up and do something stupid and make it like Heritage? You know? Where there's only one hit per hobby box or something like that?
Leave Bob out of it, Dom. Bob's not here to defend himself.
Yay. You can't pick on Bob. Rest his soul. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw that. Yeah, $60 right away. I saw that on the weekend on the daily deals on yesterday. Or actually yesterday. Yeah, yesterday they went up and they were sold out instantly at $60 a blaster. Mm-hmm. So if they come out next year at $30 a blaster, yeah, I think I'm going to invest $1,200 and get a case.
Yeah.
Because this is 3 years in a row that you can't go wrong with Platinum Anniversary. Of course, I'm going to buy the case and they're going to, you know, whittle it down where you're going to be lucky to get one parallel on a blaster.
Yep. Sounds about right.
That's the luck that I have.
But yeah, so that's everything that we have for you this week. Next weekend, like Mike said, we'll go ahead and cover the National League as far as big name players and undervalued, underrated players. We're gonna also talk about which players are taking our tax dollars.
Well, that's for another time. We'll do that. who's stealing money. We'll do that next time. On another upcoming Junkies. I can do
we'll
National
come up
League.
with something though.
I can do National League. You'll do American League.
Yep. So we knocked out the American League today. So next Saturday, we'll knock out National League, and I'll find some other stuff to complain about.
Yeah. We'd like to complain.
Yeah. So
because this is our hobby and they're stealing it from us.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But other than that, anything hobby related coming up for you, Mike? And it don't even have to be cards. It could be painting.
No. It's my hobby relation right now is called working, since my store manager is out and I've assumed duties of store manager. So 50 hours plus a week for me. The only good thing is I won't be salary. I'll be hourly. So I will be making more than he would. So that's about the only good thing about that. Yeah. So I'm just going to sock that money away for whatever else is going to break around the house next year.
There you go.
Let's see. We did the washer. We took down a tree. We did the furnace this year. Did the car this year. So I'm thinking maybe next year will be okay. Although I do have to get oil probably in January or so. But the way the gas prices are going down, I think I might be good.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep going the right direction. But I just dropped a short of my next group of cards going out to PSA. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, go check it out. And I'm expecting a 41 card PSA order to come back here any moment now. Hopefully I don't go through the same heartache that Alan went through. So, but yeah, other than that, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Go check out Mike's channel too.
I'm not doing anything. Don't check it out. It's fine. Just don't.
Just go in there, hit the subscribe button, pick a video and say, I checked it out.
I checked it out. You suck later. And I'm fine with that. I'm good. It's all good.
Oh, man. But yeah, so we will see you all next Saturday and have the rest of a good night to everybody.
Have a good rest of the weekend.
Yep.
Talk to you.